Hi, everyone. All right, so let's just get started. Welcome to our morning session of the upgrade webinar for our customers. I can see some partners are in here as well who are watching. Good to see many of you from different countries. I can see some from Mongolia, Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, quite a lot of you. I'm glad there's quite a lot of interest here as version 19 is our hottest and newest version of Odoo to date. First, before we get into it, a quick introduction. My name is Elliot, and I'll be one of your speakers this morning. And I'm joined by Aina, who will be speaking at a later section. We are both from the customer success team here at APAC, and we are very excited to talk about upgrades with you today. So here's what we have planned for our webinar. In the next 45 minutes or so, we'll be covering three main topics: why you should be upgrading, how you can upgrade your database, and other important notes related to that, and finally, how to maintain a healthy project after an upgrade. We've also collected and taken a look at some of the frequently asked questions when you registered for the event, so we'll be addressing those topics throughout the session as well. And at the end, we've allocated most of our time to a Q&A session with us and our tech team. In the afternoon, we'll be focusing on our newest version, Odoo 19. We'll kick off with one of our biggest topics, AI, followed by demonstrations based on the biggest industries in the APAC region. Highly recommend to tune in then. But before we begin, for us to address your questions better, we've also set up a question pad that is accessible through the QR code here. We'll give you a quick moment to scan it now. Otherwise, we have a link pinned to the comment section that you can use to ask questions as well. We'll address some of those common questions at the end of the session. All right, so the first thing we should address, especially for anyone who is new to this topic, what is an upgrade? An upgrade is the opportunity to really level up your Odoo version. So if you're familiar with our old database homepage, it used to look like this. And when you upgrade, you can level it up to look like this. So when we talk about upgrades, we're talking about leveling up your Odoo version to our newest version 19. You can consider going from version 17 to version 19 as an upgrade. You can consider going from one interim version like 18.1 to 18.2 as an upgrade. And finally, in some cases, you can even consider the movement from SaaS Odoo Online to PaaS Odoo SH as an upgrade. In any upgrade, the whole goal is to take your system to the next level, and the process of going from older version to a newer and more powerful version of Odoo. So what are the basics of an upgrade? Three key items to remember about version upgrades. There is one new major version released every year. This year, that was version 19. We also have intermediate versions released multiple times throughout the year. You can also consider these minor updates, as there are some fixes and changes that come with that. And if you are upgrading, you can only upgrade to a higher version. Essentially, no reverting back to a lower version. So now that we've given a brief explanation on what is an upgrade, we'll move on to the next topic. Why should you upgrade? So the first question we should ask ourselves is, when was the last time your company reviewed operations? The reason why you should ask this is because there was a study done by consultants, and they found that 62% of high-performing companies conduct operational reviews on a quarterly basis, with the intent to adapt to market changes. There was another finding that 28% of mid-sized companies reviewed their operations twice a year. And probably the biggest find here is that only 10% of companies performed annual reviews on their operations. And even more so that these companies were 3 times more likely to fall behind their competitors that did more frequent reviews. And there was another discovery made by consultants that we should consider as well. It was revealed that companies reviewed their operations on a quarterly basis were actually 40% more likely to achieve revenue growth, meaning that it was definitely worth their time and effort to keep assessing internally. And it was also revealed that digitally mature companies using AI and automation analyzed and adjusted their workflows on a monthly or even weekly basis. And finally, those companies that did annual reviews, due to their lack of frequent reviews, they failed to detect 70% of their operational efficiencies. And why is that important? Well, operational efficiencies leads to heavily customized and outdated databases like older versions, and this leads to what we call technical debt. But what is technical debt exactly? Well, let's visualize it in the next slide. So let's start with a heavily customized and outdated database. First, here is an indication of Odoo standard. As we release a new major version every single year, you can expect that our Odoo standard also improves over time. Now let's look at unnecessary customization, which is when a database starts adding more developments and customization to bridge the gap between the newest version of Odoo 19 and an old outdated database. And as you can see, that causes technical debt. And as Odoo improves over time, so does the need to add more customization, and this compounds even further, which makes technical debt also increase over time. And why is technical debt so bad? Because overall, it can ruin the performance of your database. So what about a minimally customized database? So here we have the same picture as before, but now our goal is to reduce the customization, and it looks like this. As you can see, when you minimize the unnecessary and bad customizations, it brings the database much closer to Odoo standard. Generally, this is one of our core concepts, and the impact on technical debt? Well, it's reduced. And before we move on, there might be a question about customization, as we just talked about bad customization. I think the best way to think about this is, what is good customization? Well, that's when workflows are inline and following Odoo's workflow logic. Hence, reducing the need for customization unless absolutely required for a business operation. So we talk about technical debt because an upgrade is the opportunity to reduce technical debt. So, firstly, review your business operations. You should be working to optimize and align your system with standard operating procedures. Think of it like having access to innovation, working in accordance with the improved and enhanced workflows of newer versions. And when you upgrade, you work on the most powerful and efficient version of Odoo. You should also be taking the time to select necessary customizations. So that means less maintenance cost as well, and a much more stable version of Odoo. And more stability creates a better user experience for not just you, but your entire organization as well. And add new standard features. When new versions are released, the newest features aren't just randomly added into the system. They're based off of global feedback, such as the most common requests being put to our very own R&D team, like localization reports, and the trends that several industry-leading companies are incorporating as they grow as well. When we add new standard features, we reduce technical debt by reducing your need to develop customized workflows. And of course, there are risks to not upgrading. First is the accumulation of maintenance cost. When technical debt increases over time, so does the need for maintenance. And if you never upgrade, then there's no limit to how much you may need to pay to maintain those customizations and developments. Secondly is losing out to your competitors. As a company, you may not feel the need to upgrade, but your competitors will look for any chance to get ahead of the competition. Getting new features, optimizing the performance, these are all opportunities and gaps that they can utilize to their advantage to put them at the top of their respective industry. The third risk is having an unhealthy project and ERP system. We'll talk more about this later, but just consider that having an outdated system for too long means needing to have a large system overhaul every 5 years, which is much more time-consuming and expensive than planning and executing an upgrade. The fourth risk is having limited support and resources. As we have a new version every year, the knowledge base of an older version will naturally become less and less, as older versions become inherently less relevant. This, of course, can make it very difficult if you run into problems with your database, especially if it's outdated. And finally, the 25% legacy surcharge fee on databases that are older than the latest 3 versions. So for this year, anything version 16 and older. 25% might not feel like a large fee right now, but remember that it is an annual fee to consider. And if you combine that with your compounding maintenance cost, you could be looking at large expenditures at the cost of not upgrading at all. So we've covered why should you upgrade, and our next topic will be how do you upgrade? We'll be back soon.
Welcome to the next era of Odoo. Meet your new AI agents, your personal assistants ready to take action, answer questions, and give you insights across your daily workflow. Just choose the agent's model, response style, and its main subject prompt. Your team can open the chat with the agent whenever they need. Need info? Need a meeting? Just ask. The agent takes care of the rest. In your projects, create all the automations you need. Choose the action type, pick the field you want, and add your customized prompt with all the necessary information. Here, we want our tasks to be assigned automatically to the right expert. And just like that, we say goodbye to manual assigning. And the best part? You can do this for any action in your workflow. Need specific data? Just type your request, and the AI delivers the exact view you need. And just like that, every insight is at your fingertips, instantly. Meet the AI probability. For this lead, it looks like my closing chances are very low. Let's see why. The positives are, it's based in the US, a strong market for us. The negatives are, the stage is new, the phone number is not valid, and the source is a search engine. Let's fix the phone number. And boom, my probability to close this deal just went up. Your colleague is out of office? No worries. The AI instantly summarizes past chats and attachments for your follow-up, and even helps you write the perfect client reply. AI property fields bring smart automation to your views. Just drop them in, write a prompt, and let Odoo AI fetch the info instantly. And when you need full control across multiple views, Odoo Studio takes it even further with AI fields tailored to your workflows, everywhere in your database. Take notes at the speed of your voice with Odoo's voice transcript feature. Just hit record. Odoo AI listens, transcribes, and even translates in real time. Better yet, it generates a clear, structured summary for you. Just focus on the conversation. Odoo takes care of the rest. Sorting our documents has never been faster. I can just use prompts to organize all of my files. I simply describe my sorting rules based on my needs, and AI takes care of it instantly. So when I upload new documents, they are immediately sorted where they should be. Contracts into the right folder, insurance documents, and even better, activities are created for the right assignee. Ready to step up your live chat game? AI is ready to answer all of your clients' questions through the live chat on your website. And if that's not enough,
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aina. I'm one of the team leaders here in Odoo CSTI. Welcome to the next part of our presentation, which is how do you upgrade? Honestly, this is my favorite topic to really talk about. And here I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to get started. So to all of our viewers and customers watching all across Asia Pacific, welcome. I'm excited to show you how you can go ahead and start your upgrade today. And I know that we also have a lot of our partners joining into today. Welcome and hello again. This section has been simplified for our customers. So make sure that if you want a technical or more in-depth discussion, feel free to reach out to your account managers for a deeper dive in all of that. So why don't we get started? I want to first really start with how do you visualize your database in terms of the standard code and also the custom code. So we've been trying to figure this out for a while now, and I feel like one of the best ways to show this is to really show you, maybe just imagine that you've really bought a fully furnished house and you're ready to move in. The price included a fully furnished home with everything that you need inside. Standard furniture, standard paint, standard builds inside. That is your standard database. You could, however, be a person of taste. You may prefer a different couch, so you swap it out for something that you prefer. That could be a different sales flow that you wanted to customize. Maybe the TV was too small, so you've swapped it out for a bigger inch TV. And now, instead of a basic accounting package, you've asked for a fully localized accounting module that integrates into your country's Department of Revenue to report your earnings and your taxes. And I know many of you have done this before too. The paint was too boring. So let's change it to blue, and boom. You've got not just the standard reports, you've been fully customized with everything that you want in those reports. So that's how we see your database in terms of the standard code and custom code. Everything that was already on there before we started doing the renovations, the swapping out of the furniture, and all of the additional customization is Odoo standard. All of the new trimmings, that's custom module and custom code. So in an upgrade workflow, we have to handle probably about 2 parts: the standard upgrade and also the custom module upgrade. For the start, we're actually going to make sure to start first with our standard upgrade and show you what the flow looks like to start. So this is going to be your upgrade workflow for the standard modules. The first thing that you and your partner can do is actually submit a copy of your dump production database. This is really just your standard modules that's sent to our upgrade servers. We run our migration scripts to convert that data into the code of the new version of Odoo. And if everything goes well, you, our customer, and our partners will receive the upgraded test database. Now, the most critical step is for you to actually test the business flows, logic, reporting, everything under the sun. And if you find a problem, you or your partner can go ahead and submit a support ticket to the upgrade team. We fix it and provide the new test database. And once testing is complete, everything is set and ready, you can start to plan the upgrade for the live production database. Once your testing is complete and you've planned out your production upgrade, I also recommend that you make sure that everything is done before you schedule the production upgrade. But if you do plan the production upgrade just a few weeks after you last tested, I'd also recommend requesting for a new test upgrade a few days before the planned production upgrade, just because we do create constant changes to the migration script. So there may have been something that's been missed that might be revealed in the latest one. So you want to make sure to try another test upgrade just before your planned date. Okay. After that, we go ahead and launch the upgraded database when you have, downtime, slow sales, or low operations in the evenings or over the weekends. So how do I start a standard upgrade process when we look through here? This is really going to depend on your database hosting, and we have a few that you probably are already familiar with. We've got Odoo Online, which is our SaaS hosting, on-premise or your own servers or own cloud hosting. And we've also got Odoo SH or Platform as a Service. There's a different way to start the upgrade process, but all of it is pretty simple. So how do you start? For our online customers, now you go ahead and just go to odoo.com, you log into your account, you go to My Databases, and then you can go ahead and find your existing databases there. So let's say that it's this one, TestDB Upgrade. That's basically going to be your live production database. Click on the Action Settings icon here, and it'll show you how you can go ahead and click a test purpose and also create an email or add an email to send your test database to. Now, note how it says at the bottom, you must do a test upgrade prior to a production one. It means that it's not going to let you go ahead with a production upgrade immediately. So there is that one more layer of security just to make sure that you test first before we fully upgrade. Once you've already created that one, when you go back, you should see that there are two databases. Now there's the regular live production database and the test DB upgrade test SaaS with the new version of your target version. So when you go back to your live production database and click on that settings icon again, you will see that the purpose has now changed from not just testing, but also includes production. So this one now replaces your production database with your upgraded one once you click on that upgrade button. So remember that before you click production upgrade, test everything. Odoo will basically assume that once you've created the test upgrade database, that you've already started testing and that you've done it and you're ready for production upgrade. Now we move on to our on-premise customers or those that are hosted on their own servers or own cloud servers. We start, of course, by uploading a database dump to upgrade.odoo.com. Now, I feel like I have to start this off by maybe explaining what a database dump is. It's basically just your standard code. Your partner will be able to help you download a copy of your dump file of your database to help upload that into our upgrade servers. Basically, once you have that file, you just go to upgrade.odoo.com and you can go ahead and see our screen here and figure out where to add on your upload for the upgrade. One of the easiest ways to actually upgrade when you're on Odoo SH is through our Odoo SH hosting platform. Basically, you can go ahead and go into your Odoo SH project. You can go ahead and create a staging branch where you click on upgrade on the upper right-hand corner. You'll see a section for which target version of the upgrade you want to move into, and then you click test upgrade. That staging branch now becomes the area for you to test while not touching your production and live database. So, excuse me. Now that we've done the standard upgrade, we move into the more exciting, usually a little bit scarier part of the upgrade, which is the custom module upgrade. So how are your custom modules upgraded? We think about them maybe in two ways. One of the biggest questions that we usually have when customers start asking us about upgrades is, what about Odoo Studio? I have a lot of customizations, I have a lot of fields, I have a lot of reports that I created in Odoo Studio. The good news is that everything that you've done on Odoo Studio that did not require additional coding will be included in your standard upgrade service. And remember that the standard upgrade service is included also in your subscription, so it's free. Now, when we come to partner modules, anything that was developed, customized, and created for you by your partner or another third party will have to be upgraded and maintained by our partners or the owners of those code. Now, I'm sure you've heard me say this throughout this webinar already. Testing, and more testing. Is it really important to do that? Well, really the answer is yes. It's because we really want to make sure that everything works and that you don't miss anything before the production upgrade. So why should I spend time to test? Basically, you will have a few new things in Odoo. It will be in the supposedly same exact flow, same exact results. It will still help you manage your business. It will be upgraded with all of the new and latest versions. But there will be some changed workflows. Some logic in the new version may be different from the new version, but you need to make sure that you test it out and see if the new flow will give you the same results as before or even better. Is there any data that's missing once you've changed the workflows or once you've upgraded the database? Are there new features every year? Yes, we always say that the next version is going to be our biggest release to date, so you can imagine the amount of new features that we add on every year. When you see your new testing database, there will be lots of new and shiny features available already on there. Go ahead, test them out and see if you want to integrate them into your workflow and train your team to actually be more efficient, use the new features, and maybe get rid of some of the old customizations that you had before because they're now standard in the new version. Testing will also make sure to prevent any business interruptions and make sure that your customizations before, if you're bringing them over to the new version, is working as expected. Bugs in testing are easily solved. Only key users and partners that are heavily working on this while your customers and your employees are using their live database. This means that bugs in testing will have no external impact to many of your employees and your customers, while we, your partner, and Odoo help fix it in the testing database. Everything is business as usual. Now, when we find bugs in production, that is a different story. We have to fix it at the same time as you do your business on the live database. It may have an impact on your customers, on your employees, as they may have to wait a while we figure out how to fix it. So this will or may have an external impact, and we want to make sure to minimize that as much as possible. That's why we say test your database. So I would say that anything in testing, no external impact. It's very easy to fix bugs in the testing database, or it's much easier to figure them out because there's no external impact. The moment that you have bugs in production, they are going to be the hardest to fix because there's additional pressure, there's external impact, and we now have to fix the production data itself. So when do I actually test? You've also heard me say that before. You've seen this graphic before in terms of where the workflow is and what the workflow is to upgrade your database. Basically, it's here in the middle for your upgraded test database. It's the most important part. If you find bugs in your standard module, Odoo actually fixes it for you for free because it's included in our service. However, once we find bugs in the custom module, the partner is the one who helps fix it for you. Any tips also for testing? I've said this once and I'll say it again. Let's get your heavyweight Odoo super users to test out the flows. Let yourselves test out your business operations and workflows. And if you do find any bugs, any issues, or any concerns, go ahead and log that ticket, report the standard bugs in Upgrade by going to odoo.com/help-form. One big tip that I actually have regarding this one is when you submit your ticket, just make sure that you click on an issue related to my future upgrade. I am testing an upgrade. The reason why this is important is that all of the other options there will send your ticket to our general support queue. However, when you select this specific option, it actually goes straight to our Odoo upgrade team. No more additional waiting or moving from one team to another, straight to upgrade team. Now, this is another general question that we get all the time, every time we start an upgrade discussion. Will there be any disruption? Basically, while you are testing your database, it will take some time for your key users, so for your project management team, and for your partners to really heavily test out the database and actually change everything within the workflow, or even just make sure that the customizations are working as expected. That could take some time, maybe a few months, but there will be no disruption. Basically, you are still using your production database for your live business. All of your customers or employees will be business as usual, while all of the testing and upgrade is going on in the background with different teams. However, when you are ready to push that button and hit upgrade, it will take maybe about 30 minutes up to 2 hours. This is actually going to depend on the number of applications, the database size, the number of transactions that also need to be upgraded in your database. We recommend launching the upgraded database, of course, probably on a Friday evening or outside of your business hours, and make sure that you get support from your partners so that they can help you during the production upgrade and make sure that if there's any issue, we'll be ready. So, if you or your partner are experiencing any of the following, and this is also pretty common, we have a lot of customers or even partners who have never done an upgrade before. Maybe they lack in-house upgrade expertise, or they've only done it once, or maybe the project is very big. There's a lot of complex custom code. There's a lot of localization that's been added. It's been a fully customized system from the start. We're here to help. We actually offer now 2 services for our partners and our customers to make sure that your upgrade is a success. We have our own technical team that can really help you in 2 ways. Either through our custom upgrade pack, and this is for our customers and partners who need additional help upgrading their database. You can get a free estimate of hours on the timeline with a submission of your requirements. Just give us your database, and this is going to be for free. We'll tell you how many hours and how long it'll take for our team to actually help upgrade that database for you. If you're only really interested in maybe getting help for 1, 2, 3 custom modules, we can also help do that for you with a free estimate. Just reach out to us and we'll let you know. Now, for our partners who have maybe never done it before, but you would like your partner to upgrade, we also have upgrade training ready and available for our customers. This is also for our customers and partners. This is for a 25-hour pack, wherein in about 25 hours, you will learn how to upgrade 1 or 2 of your custom modules within your database. This will require maybe a lot of familiarity on that database and also that customization. But by the end of this pack, basically, you will be able to upgrade and manage your own upgrade project moving forward. So if you want to learn more about all of these, you can go ahead and reach out to your account manager for more details. And now that we're done on how to upgrade your project, I'm going to move you forward on how to maintain a healthy project back to Elliot. I hope that you've enjoyed that session again, and we'll see you later on.
Meet the new Odoo e-commerce. With a clean layout, solid new features, and a super professional look. From product pages all the way to the checkout, it's built to stand out. Ready to see more? Then let's take a look. First, let's create your website. You own a furniture store, right? Let's choose the right layout for your online store and select the layout for your product page too. Perfect. What a nice homepage you've got. Why not update your page's layout with our sleek new e-commerce footer? It displays all the payment methods available, making it simple and reassuring for your clients. Now, let's add a catalog block on the homepage to quickly show what you have in store. The best part? You can choose from a variety of beautifully crafted templates, each designed by professional web designers to fit different styles and needs. Whether you're showing off your full collection or just the best sellers, there's a template ready to match your style. Great! Now let's head to our shop page. Wow! Odoo's elegant and impactful shop page templates showcase your products in the best way possible. Isn't it appealing? The shop filters have also been revamped with clean designs, pills, radios, drop-downs. The choice is yours. A View More button appears when you have over 8 attributes, and a search bar is automatically displayed over 20. Who needs clicks? Just hover over product cards to preview attributes instantly, like size, color, or material. And last but not least, improve your website experience with a floating bar that sticks with you while you're scrolling. That way, you can search or sort out items anytime. Creating a product page is now easier than ever. Here as well, Odoo provides many template choices that you can fine-tune using the editor on the front end. And you can now even spice up your product pages with videos from your favorite platforms. And voila! Okay, let's have a look at these wooden parts. Now you can showcase variants in pictures to display different textures and colors, making your product page even clearer for your customers. Do you remember ribbons? Well, good news. Now they have new siblings, Odoo badges. Other great news? Both ribbons and brand new badges can automatically highlight new arrivals or on sale items. Okay, we know that's already a lot, but we're not done yet. You can save valuable time by letting AI handle the busy work. In one command or click, your AI sidekick generates a compelling product description or translates what you need instantly. No more manual translations. Boy, did we improve our SEO optimizer. And with just one click, our smart tool autofills meta titles, descriptions, and suggests keywords. Let's showcase your products so you get more sales. You can now push your products to Google Merchant Center. You can also link your catalog to social platforms and marketplaces like TikTok Shop, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and more. Are you ready for some more? Let's go! If you own an e-commerce store as well as physical shops, there's an awesome feature available just for you. You can now display product availability and in-store quantities for each of your shops. Perfect for click-and-collect shoppers who want speed and clarity. All right, now let's talk about the new checkout experience, smoother and clearer than ever. Your customers can now choose the cash-on-delivery payment option. And the cherry on top? Sales orders can now be confirmed without upfront payment. That means no more outdated stocks and disappointed customers. And there's still more. A fully customizable login page where you can now add forms and price lists to categorize your customers from the beginning. Checkout is even faster for event tickets and appointments. No more address fields to fill. Receive your tickets in a few clicks. Product name now autofills in contact forms, which makes the follow-up easier than it's ever been. A refreshed wish list design with a sleeker look. A one-click quick reorder button. And a seamless integration with Gelato for selling your print.
All right, we are back for our last topic for this morning, how to maintain a healthy project. So first, let's define this. What is a healthy project? There are 5 main factors to a healthy project that we should consider. First is lower maintenance cost. Essentially, this project should not be costing you an unnecessary and exorbitant amount of money, and the value should be very obvious as it really saves on other expenditures. Strong stability? Well, this is pretty straightforward. Less customizations, less lines of codes, less bugs, all of which leads to a stable system. But it's also important where this system is hosted. You also need a stable platform. Less technical debt? We discussed this earlier, but is it really important to emphasize again? Of course. These databases should not be over-customized to make up for lack of features in outdated databases. But this also extends to a full project as well, like how your hosting platform is set up and optimized. Direct support is another aspect of a healthy project. This is when you can have our Odoo support team help you directly on your system, instead of having to rely only on explanations of issues. When our support team can offer direct support, they can tell you more if an issue is coming from the database itself or the platform it's hosted on. And lastly, full visibility over a database. There are too many times when users or customers don't have full control over how their database is managed. So it's considered healthy when you can control not just the database, but the full project itself. So how do you maintain a healthy project? It requires direct access to the project. And in order for our teams to provide the best support before, during, and after your upgrade, we strongly advise moving database hosting to Odoo SH. SaaS is just a solution. But what is Odoo SH exactly? Odoo SH is an all-in-one platform with the solution and service, hence why we call it PaaS, Platform as a Service. So why Odoo SH? Well, firstly, operational and hardware savings. Simply put, hardware management should no longer be a concern. If you or your partner host your system on a local or separate server, you also have to spend time to maintain that as an extra cost. Odoo SH makes it so you don't have to. We have a team dedicated to that. Reliability. Not only do we have 99.9% uptime as per our service level agreement, we also have a disaster recovery plan, which includes having automatic backups replicated on at least 3 different machines in different data centers in 2 different continents. We have weekly bug fixes and security for standard code. We also understand that data is important to our customers, so the system and procedures are designed to support that. Some highlights are encryptions of customer data, industry standard passwords protection, and safe and hardened systems. As you might have seen on the section about how to upgrade on Odoo SH, we also have integrated testing environments, which are noted as staging branches. Super easy to use and rebuild your test databases, so you can check your developments before you deploy them on production. As you know, bugs are tough to handle on production. There are also built-in monitoring tools, which definitely helps when you're trying to do a deep analysis on your database performance. Not only can you draw conclusions faster, you can also make decisions faster that are backed by performance metrics. As mentioned previously, a healthy project requires direct access to support, and Odoo SH offers that as well. It doesn't happen often, but when customers do face bugs and are asking Odoo support team for help, having your database hosted on-premise creates one more challenge to get through. Hosting your database on Odoo SH gives our support team the chance to make faster diagnosis and give much more actionable feedback on how to resolve your issues. Flexibility for development and third-party apps. Odoo SH is the next step up from regular Odoo Online. And this is why it also retains the same flexibility for developments, so that when you have integrations, customizations, and third-party apps, it can handle all of that. And finally, no additional configurations needed to host your Odoo system on this platform. In fact, not only was it made for Odoo, it was optimized for Odoo. And just to make a quick comparison between databases that are hosted on Odoo SH versus databases that are hosted on-premise, both hosting options allow for customizations, but you can see that databases that are hosted on-premise have, on average, more lines of code. So more customizations means more of an unhealthy project and a slower performing database. Whereas for Odoo SH, on average, having less lines of codes means less customization and resulted in having a database that performs at peak speeds. But after all that's said and done, what should you do with your project after it's been upgraded? Well, there are also some housekeeping items to remember. Firstly is future enhancements. New versions, new features. We keep on saying this. We want to make sure that you know what features are available and what else you can do to make your system more powerful. We'll keep updating you when we find features that benefit your business, so keep an eye out for our emails. Regular business reviews as well. If there's anything we learned from this, it's that businesses do better if they review internal operations at least twice a year. Our goal is to help reduce inefficiencies, increase revenue, and of course, reduce on cost. Lastly, project planning. Upgrades are not just a one-time thing, as it's a step towards having a long-lasting ERP system and having a healthy project. You can always work with your account manager to start planning on how to maintain your database and project in a sustainable way. And as we come to the end of our information session, we want you to know that we're here for you. Your first upgrade might feel very overwhelming, but we're committed to this as much as you are. Remember that we have free upgrade support for Odoo Standard in every version. We have a strong customer success team that work alongside you throughout this upgrade process. So if you want to break down the steps to upgrading even more, they're the right people to talk to. And we have a very strong upgrade team. All of them are ready and willing to support gaps in functional or technical knowledge. They also want you and your partners to be well equipped to handling a healthy project. And if there's one key takeaway from all of this as well, is that you should plan for the future and upgrade now. Well, Thank you everyone for listening to the morning session of our Upgrade webinar. We hope you found it informative and helpful. We'll be back in a moment for Q&A with our customer success team, Aina, and tech team, Horace. Please feel free to click the link pinned in the comment section if you want to add any questions. We'll try to answer some of the most common questions now, but if you add some later, we can also ask your account manager for more details. Thanks so much.
With a clean layout, solid new features, and a super professional look. From product pages all the way to the checkout, it's built to stand out. Ready to see more? Then let's take a look. First, let's create your website. You own a furniture store, right? Let's choose the right layout for your online store and select the layout for your product page too. Perfect. What a nice homepage you've got. Why not update your page's layout with our sleek new e-commerce footer? It displays all the payment methods available, making it simple and reassuring for your clients. Now, let's add a catalog block on the home page to quickly show what you have in store. The best part? You can choose from a variety of beautifully crafted templates, each designed by professional web designers to fit different styles and needs. Whether you're showing off your full collection or just the best sellers, there's a template ready to match your style. Great! Now let's head to our shop page. Wow! Odoo's elegant and impactful shop page templates showcase your products in the best way possible. Isn't it appealing? The shop filters have also been revamped with clean designs. Pills, radios, drop-downs, the choice is yours. A View More button appears when you have over 8 attributes, and a search bar is automatically displayed over 20. Who needs clicks? Just hover over product cards to preview attributes instantly, like size, color, or material. And last but not least, improve your website experience with a floating bar that sticks with you while you're scrolling. That way, you can search or sort out items anytime. Creating a product page is now easier than ever. Here as well, Odoo provides many template choices that you can fine-tune using the editor on the front end. And you can now even spice up your product pages with videos from your favorite platforms. And voila! Okay, let's have a look at these wooden parts. Now you can showcase variants in pictures to display different textures and colors, making your product page even clearer for your customers. Do you remember ribbons? Well, good news. Now they have new siblings, Odoo badges. Other great news? Both ribbons and brand new badges can automatically highlight new arrivals or on sale items. Okay, we know that's already a lot, but we're not done yet. You can save valuable time by letting AI handle the busy work. In one command or click, your AI sidekick generates a compelling product description or translates what you need instantly. No more manual translations. Boy, did we improve our SEO optimizer. And with just one click, our smart tool autofills meta titles, descriptions, and suggests keywords. Let's showcase your products so you get more sales. You can now push your products to Google Merchant Center. You can also link your catalog to social platforms and marketplaces like TikTok Shop, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and more. Are you ready?
Welcome everybody, and we are back for our Q&A with our rockstar Horace. We'll be answering some questions for both our department, for our existing customers, and if you have any technical questions, we've already got them listed out here. Horace will be answering them for you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining the Odoo Upgrade app webinar. I'm Horace, technical consultant from Odoo. So if you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask. I will try my best to answer your question.
You'll also see on the screen here our QR code where you can post all your questions. Keep them coming in as we have a little bit more time for our webinar for today. So we're going to start off with one of the questions that I think should be asked for CSTI. I think we've actually already covered this one before. What is Odoo 19 and what makes it different from the previous versions? This is going to be our biggest version yet, with some of the biggest changes, including a fully integrated AI, ESG also available. And what always comes with a new version is an optimization of how we process the data, how to make it faster, how to lessen any of the latency, and how you can have a more robust product. In this afternoon session, you should actually tune in so that you can see all of the industry demos of what's new and a small introduction into our new AI products. Now let's look at one question for Horace here. They asked, I would like to know whether we need to upgrade from V16 to V19 and how it affects the customizations that we've done on V16 so far.
Yeah, I would say it's always good to have to do the upgrade. In reality, I know that it's not very possible to do the upgrade every single year because your end user may takes 1 or 2 months to get used to the new systems. But I would still recommend you to do at least two or one time in every 2 or 3 years, and how it affects the customization you done. And I think before, I feel it can be separated to two parts. One is the studio customization, and the other part is your custom code customization. For the studio customization, I feel the Odoo standard upgrade will already handle your studio customization, no matter is the field or view, for example, the form view, tree view. But some of the time after the upgrade, your view will become inactive because of certain excerpt. For example, maybe you take a deep look on it, you will find that some of the X path will be mismatched so that it become inactive. You need to do some minor change. Another part will be saying the custom code customization. So before you do the upgrade from one version to another versions, you need to do code review again to make sure that all of your customizations can be migrate to the new versions, because some of the features may be already covered in the new versions. Then you need it's better to remove those redundant code. But if you want to know how to do the upgrade for the custom code, I feel you can ask about your account manager and then and send the questions to us.
Thank you so much, Horace, for that one. I think it's always a big question for our customers. What about studio? How do we deal with the studio customizations? I'd also like to answer one of the questions here, which is, see how easy it is to upgrade. I hope that you've been watching today and we've been able to show you how easy it'll be to actually get started. Feel free to rewatch this video again later on, and also reach out to your account managers for more information. We're here to give you everything that you need to feel confident and ready for an upgrade. Usually, it's actually the fear of not knowing what's going to happen, how will it get managed if there's something that goes wrong. This is actually what we're here to provide additional value to you and your team and your company, to make sure that you understand that no matter what happens or which stage you're at, you will be assisted by our team, by Odoo, making sure that you know what the next step is, how we're going to go through it together, and make sure that it's as easy as possible for you. So how early should we also submit an upgrade request before a planned go live? It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a very good question. It really depends on your database size and your customization scale. but always like try to do it like as soon as possible. I think like at least like I would say like 3 or 4 months like ahead, because like other than like doing the technical parts, you also need to like train your like end user to get used to the new systems. So yeah.
Right. So that's about 3 to 4 months in
Yeah.
advance. And the thing is, if you're actually ready to start your planning for the production upgrade sooner, because you've done the testing, you've done the training, and that was actually maybe within 1 month, then you can actually upgrade much faster. I've seen personally, I've actually seen upgrades go as fast as 30 minutes because it was a pretty easy system. But I've also seen upgrades, and I'm not going to lie, I've seen upgrades go for 6 months. And once they were ready, they decided, no, the company is not ready to upgrade yet. The employees are not ready and trained yet. We're actually going to wait for the next version later. This was maybe like a few years ago,
Yeah.
like 3 years ago. We've also got another question, which is, I'm new to Odoo and I would like to learn from the ground. I hope that this session was also helpful for you. Feel free to reach out to your account manager and also rewatch this again as well. I also want to see this one. Gotcha. How to upgrade a version if we have custom modules in Odoo in the version below. So they're on version 15 on Enterprise, and they would like to upgrade to 19. What is our company version upgrade challenge, and how do we go about our data processing and customization? I believe that they're also interested in how to make sure that there's no downtime for production.
Okay. Talking about the downtime, I think like of course like you need to do the preparation in advance. Make sure that like you test your like upgrade like as much as possible. So for example, like we do an upgrade like we're not like doing like a single time. So we tried it like many times like before the actual upgrades. So I would recommend you to do one more upgrade trial before your like production upgrade production day. But for the downtime, it really depends on your database size and your like customization scale. And also, I would say that it's quite different between if you are hosting on Odoo SH or on premise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like if you are using like Odoo SH, you need to click the upgrade button to upgrade your database, right? Then it takes like time. It depends on your database size. Is maybe like if you say like your database size is really small, then maybe it takes like less than like 30 minutes like to finish the whole upgrade. But if your like database size is big, maybe it takes like hours to do it. But for on-premise, because like you can already prepare your like production database in advance, then maybe the downtime will be a little bit like smaller, but you need to make sure that like all your custom code is ready like before the upgrade.
I think we can make sure that we do this maybe at the dead of the night or when it's really not peak hours
Yeah,
for
that's
our
like
team.
definitely, yeah.
So starting off when it's very, very early in the morning, midnight to 4, 5 a.m. before everybody starts, it will be, I would say, more challenging. But if we do prepare and make sure that our teams and partners are ready to support, it should be pretty easy moving forward. We've also got a few more coming in here. This one is for a heavy duty in a subscription trading like Adobe and Microsoft licenses. How can Odoo support in SOPO and auto regular monthly invoices? So basically, I think what they're asking is, can Odoo on V19 actually manage a subscription trading for different types of licenses? This is actually the subscription module in Odoo, even on V19, is actually what we also use internally in CSTI to manage all of our customers' subscription to gain access to the Odoo database. So we know that you can have an automated payment for monthly payments and recurring payments for all of these licenses as well. Set up the customer information, have a customer portal. that shows your customer everything that they have a subscription on, and use that to actually do their auto payments or create payments into your company. For more information on this one, you can also reach out to your account manager, and they will be more than happy to give you a demo on the subscription application. You can just give them more information and requirements that you have for your business flow, and we'll be happy to show you how you can do it on standard. Gotcha. Next is what is going to happen to studio customizations if you upgrade from 18 to 19. Maybe a question related to this one is, how easy is it to upgrade from how easy was it to upgrade from V17 to 19 on studio versus 18 to 19?
I think it's pretty much the same. I think like in older standard, like if you do the upgrade, like it already handles like the studio customizations. But like I said before, maybe like some of the view will become inactive, and then you need to do some like minor change. But I think like it will be pretty much like easy to handle. Yeah.
We also have one more question here. I think I can answer this one. What happens if the third party does not support the latest version? Let's say it only goes up to V18. So you're talking about applications that you've purchased through the Odoo App Store. That's what we call third-party apps. When you do upgrade, you have to remove the old version of that third-party app, purchase the new version, and then install that again into Odoo V19. V19 is pretty new. I understand that it may not be ready for V19. My recommendation is actually to reach out to the vendor directly and ask them if they're going to upgrade this module. They usually do. It just takes a little bit more time, but it should be ready pretty soon. But they're very open to upgrading their versions and making sure that it's compatible with V19. Once it's ready, you can purchase, add it back into your database. Easy. Now, let's see if we have a few more. (14 to 19).
Yeah.
Here.
Maybe I can answer this question first. So, you've mentioned like whether it's possible to upgrade from like version 14 like on premise like to version 19. Yes, of course, like you can try to upgrade your database. I think like I would recommend you to try to upload your database down to our upgrade platform first, and then to like go through the like standard upgrade process. If it fails, I think like our upgrade support team will help you to fix the issues. You can create a ticket on the like odoo.com dash like help dash form. So I feel like you can submit a support ticket if you encounter some like standard upgrade issue. But if you have like many custom module, like I said before, you need to like migrate your code to make sure that it's compatible to the new versions. Like you said, you want to upgrade to version 19, then you need to make sure that your code is compatible with like version 19. But yeah, if you want to learn more how to do it, like I feel like Aina also like mentioned before, this year we provide like the pack, like upgrade pack, for including the upgrade training and like custom code like upgrade. So if you want to learn more about it, you can reach your account manager.
Absolutely. Horace is actually going to be the first person that you speak to if you do want to learn how to upgrade through your partner. Horace will be the one giving you that first call to just really understand what you're looking for, how we can do it, and which modules to use for training, and also how to upgrade your custom modules. Let's see what else we have right here. This is actually pretty interesting. Are there any new API or changes in V19 that partners should prepare for in integrations?
As far as I know, like no new API change. I feel like
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like our like integration like with other like third party is like pretty much the same. We can use like RPC script like for doing the integration. We also can like create some controller for setting up the endpoints for doing the integration. But like as far as I know, like for version 19, there's like no new change for API.
This one, I would like to know if it's possible to upgrade from V14 on-premise to V19, just standard, while also having lots of custom modules.
Yeah, I feel like this one I explained like just now.
Okay.
Like, so it should be all good. Yeah. Is there a partner only checklist? Partner only checklist for validating the customer database.
I believe this is how to create the dump.
I'm not like pretty sure. Like,
So we have a question here for, is there a partner only checklist for validating customer databases before submission for an upgrade? If we're talking about the standard upgrade process, what it actually looks like is when you're, for example, in Odoo SH, you can download effectively a dump file that will actually remove all of your customizations and only give you a file to upload into our into our upgrade servers to just upgrade the standard modules of Odoo. Essentially, it's already an option for you to create that kind of file. So if you want more info, is that right?
yeah, I feel like I can explain a bit more because actually, for the audio upgrade, actually it will only upgrade your database, but not your code, like in the older standard one. So in your database, like for a backup dump, actually is like separate to two parts. One is the file store, so which like store different kind of attachments, for example, like PDF, image, so on and so forth. Another part is your like Postgres like database. So actually in the older standard like upgrade, we're trying to like upgrade your Postgres database. So actually it won't affect your like custom code. If you want to make sure your like custom code compatible with the new versions, then you need to like do some like fine tune and modification. Yeah.
Next, we've also got, is it possible to add a grid layout in Studio Customization in addition to the existing column options? The current layout choices are too limited and not flexible enough. I believe this is actually something new that we have on Odoo 19. We can show you how to actually do that later on and get back to you later.
Yeah.
If we are trying new workflows and modules in a testing environment, is there any way we can transfer those new modules and data to the working system directly after testing? This is actually when you do your production upgrade. I can tell that's what you're already thinking in your mind. I think the most important thing here is really to make sure that you test everything and see if there are new features that you also want to use and make sure that they're ready before you move them to your production. So it can't be piece by piece. You have to upgrade the whole testing database into the production database. Do you have other notes on that?
I feel like you already explained it very well. I feel like make sure that like you do like as much as like testing before the actual upgrade, so that like you won't like affect your real like you won't ruin your like real database. But yeah, I feel like pretty much that.
Okay. I think we're just waiting in for the last questions to come in. We're just confirming with our back-end team, ready to see if there's any more for us to answer for today. All right. I think that's it for us for today. For the rest of the questions that you may have, again, you can keep asking us your questions. We will get back to you with more information. Feel free to also leave your contact details or reach out to your account manager for any more questions. Let me just do that right here. And thank you so much for joining us today for this morning session for the upgrade process. I hope that you learned why it's important to upgrade, how to upgrade, and how we have a rock star waiting for all of your questions, concerns, and how to help you through this upgrade process. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you in the afternoon session. It's going to be very, very exciting. We've got 5 industry demos, a small AI info section, and we'll see you right after our break. Thank you so much, and see you soon.